It's it's a meme. It's a meme.
Hey, good evening, YouTube family. I'm tired, y'all. But after I do love and hip hop, Atlanta season 13, episode 6. Now remember the acrimony. This is my last video for the night. Cause I love y'all. And I had a few stops to make. And my little boyfriend. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to call him a long time ago, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to my YouTube family. So Jock left the court and his brother got a bond of $100,000 per child, and he had 3 children, so that's $300,000. And Jock said that he got a family, a wife, child support out the frame and the wazoo. And he says, but that he is going to make sure with what he got and what everybody got, that they could make it so he can get out of jail. So I said that's how families do. That is just perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we get to Erica Banks, and she is in, well, we go to Erica Banks, and this is her little segment because she is in Dallas for her performance that I was talking about the last episode, and the last episode before that she had been talking about performing in her hometown, Dallas, Texas. And Jessica White, Jasmine Blue, and Erica Racine are there in support of Erica Banks. And she is Dallas, Texas, born and bred. That's my girl now. And if y'all know the song Bust It, Bust It, Bust It, Bust It, Issue, do shots, bust it, bust it, bust it. That's my song. And and I know Jessica Racine, because if y'all don't know Jessica Racine, I'm gonna refresh y'all on what I remember. And I remember Jessica Racine because she was trying to expose Yandy's husband, Mendices. Yeah. The question is, why is she there? Messy. It can't be love and hip hop if it's not messy. But going back to the fact that Erica Banks, she's struggling to tell her parents that she is in a situation as far as getting married to Dro, because they were fine and they accept Dro and all that, and they're fine with her, being, a lesbian. But they didn't know nothing about the marriage because they had met Dro before. But my whole thing is now, I do want to know how long she has been with Dro, though, because she was dating or or entertaining Chaotic last season, a few seasons ago, or if not a few seasons ago, last season definitely, and the season before last, she had been entertaining Chaotic for a while. So I'm trying to remember and figure it out, because how it always be some small holes in the storyline and things like that. So I'm gonna have to do some digging so I can figure out how long she been knowing Dro. And by the way, y'all, Dro raps too. And I'm gonna just say this: I would like to think that Dro actually likes Erica for her, and it's not no using going on in a situation. I want to know that, and I always want to make sure that like people, just women period. I just don't want no woman or nobody period to be used. It don't matter if it's a woman or if it's a man. So just have to I gotta keep my eye on Dro. But she said that she met Dro, you know, when she was on tour. And then she said when she met Dro, then, I mean, it was up from there. And then they started talking and dating each other. I said, okay, Erica. So we gonna head on, skate on over to the New York side, Yandy. And Yandy does sit down with Mendeecees. And, you know, they sit down to talk about the rumors. And, you know, if y'all read the blogs like I do, Mendeecees has been in the blogs. He's been in the blogs. And, you know, I just said Erica Racine and other women. So, and then Yandy and Mendeecees, of course, they meet and they talk. And she tells Mendeecees that she did have an emotional affair. And I hope that's all. I mean, I just hope all this is real between them. And I hope it's not no, you know, storyline purposes and stuff like this. Because, you know, they had a little situation with their marriage, whether they were married or if they wasn't married, and this and this and that. And this go all the way back to Love and Hip Hop, New York. So I'm familiar with Yandy and Mendeecees because one minute he was in jail and then he wasn't able to film with her. And then when he got out of jail or when he wasn't in jail or whatever, it always was just something with them. And then it was just baby mama drama, you know, because Mendeecees has kids. And, you know, if you watch New York, when Cardi B was on there, around that time, I mean, yeah, it was a lot going on from the Tara and then the Peter and the Amina and then the Erica Mena. Just a bunch of stuff. And the Rich Dollars, too. You know, New York used to get gutter. And, of course, I like Tahiri. That's my girl. New York was good, y'all, and I personally wish that they would go back to New York. You know, they would check back up and have Love and Hip Hop New York back. But, like I said, I hope everything is real between them. And then we going back to Erica Banks, and Erica brings Jessica with her to her mom's house, and her dad are there as well. And Erica says that her mom and dad are there in the same house, but they're not together anymore. But they just can get along, but they're not together anymore. And that's all she said, pretty much. And I said, okay, I understand. And and then I did miss a part that y'all needed to know. So, you know, Yandy and Mendeecees and Kirk and Rashida, they're not getting along either. Nobody's getting along. And it just seems like to me, I see how it's finna start. It's like everybody gonna be ganging up on Yandy. She gonna be the person on this season of Love and Hip Hop New York that they're gonna gang up on. Because I already see how it's working. I mean, because everybody has a problem with her. And it's like Rashida and Kirk got a problem with her. And then on the other side, Ashley, I mean, it was just a lot of different people that had an issue with her. And I will say, and Erica, I think Erica Banks, I think she's okay with her. But it's just a little cliquish, if you would understand what I'm saying. And it's a bunch of everything that's going on. And it just seemed like that, I'm going to say Jessica White, she's the one that's in the middle of everything. Not in a messy way, but it's like she can get along on both sides of the fence. Because everybody on that show do not get along. And I know Yandy and, I mean, it's just so broke up. And it's like, it's a Bambi, it's a Spice, and then it's Sierra, and then it is Bambi, Sierra, Spice, Kendra, and Ashley. It's just a bunch of different women, and I guarantee you. And then don't forget Rashida. And I guarantee you, everybody that I just named, they all do not get along in one family. Everybody don't get along. And these are grown women, but everybody don't get along. They all don't get along. And then I forgot about Carly Red. So they all, the show just all broke up. All broke up. That's why everything is all over the place. Ooh, jeez. So now you know that everybody not getting along with the Frost. And well, let's just say this. The Frost having an issue with everybody, seem like it, and Kirk is in the middle of that. But I can go back to, you know, they're at Erica Banks at the mom and her dad, the mom's house, and the dad is there. And then they was just talking with her and Dro, and then her daddy, Erica's dad said, let me see the tattoo, let me see the tattoo. And she has Dro's name on her neck. And then he said, well, where my tattoo? You got your mama's name on there, but where my tattoo at? And I'm like, I don't think she want to put your name on there. I don't know, Pops. He seemed like a cool man, though. He really does. And Jessica is there, and she asked, just out the blue, she asked, how does her family feel about her liking women? And her dad said that it's nothing wrong with it to him. And her mom said that it took her a long time to get used to it. But when she got used to it, she was fine. Because, I mean, Dro is a sweet girl. A sweet person. Let me just say that. A sweet person. So they don't have a problem with Dro. And another thing, I hope and I pray that Dro is not using Erica for clout. Just because she on Love and Hip Hop. And then she does have a name. She got a name. 1501. She was connected to 1501. And then at one point in time, it was a linking with her and Megan Thee Stallion. So, I mean, she has a name. And I hope that it ain't no clout chasing going on over there. Okay? But we got off of, you know, her family is cool with it and all that. So we're going to go to Zane. And he is having a listening party for his song. And I mean, I've been hearing Zane been doing a little bit of rapping and all that stuff. And I said, okay, I can deal with Zane. Because it is, like he said, this is love and hip hop. And he said it's time for him to get back in the business and start making money and start making records again. I said, okay, I can deal with it. I used to know you from years ago, back in the music. It was early when I was still in junior high school. It's been so long ago. But I'm okay with it. Because I like Zane. And then his wife, Ashley said that she has always gotten, you know, well, she just was, you know, bigging him up and all this stuff. And then Ashley talks to Zane's mom, and she did say that she has always gotten the short end of the stick because of Michelle. And I assume she is the baby mama because I assume the two kids that he got. I didn't know that if it was ever established that those kids belong to him. But however, I do believe that he signed that birth certificate. So if he signed the birth certificate, yes, sir, they are your children. Okay? All right, we're going to get off of that part. And then, and then Ashley goes to explain how his mom did not, you know anything about, she didn't know anything about how she felt about the relationship. And she's just saying that it's like she was moving her too fast. And she says also that she favors Michelle, of course. And that's why I put the baby mom supposedly. Because, I don't know. I only know what they say on the TV. So, it's like they don't give you a whole lot of everything to figure it out. So, she is kind of going back and forth with his mom, Zane's mom, about Michelle. And then Zane was saying, no, 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 no. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So they move on over. And then Zell, Ashley, and Kendra, they all sit down. And she reveals to them that she did decide to do fillers in her cheeks. And she said her and Zane, they came to an agreement that if she wasn't going to get the tatas or the boobies done, then he can be a support with her getting her fillers. So they came to understand that's okay. That's how husband and wife do it. And they say that they look really natural, and they really do, because I didn't even know that that's what she had. She looks the same to me. And then Scrappy, Jock, and Rashida, they telling Rashida that Mendici said that he can give Rashida any day. And I said, I currently don't remember in this episode it being said to that. I think Scrappy put a little bit of extra sauce on it, okay? And Jock breaks it down to how Mendices is saying that Kirk has an obsession with his peen. And Rashida is mad, and she turned up saying that Yandy and Mendices are some scamming MFers. I said, God, no. Oh, Jesus. And Kirk says that he would be cool if they never have to say anything or see each other another day in their life. I said, ooh, Kirk. And then Yandy said that he can't even talk, so don't come at her like that. I said, ooh, Yandy. Woo. And Rashida says that Mendices also disrespected her husband, and that is why she is fuming mad. And I'm like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take up for your husband and all this stuff. I understand that. I understand that she's upset. So, Zane went to performing his song, and he says, I know you see me. That's the name of the song, I Know You See Me. And he says that he is ready and he is feeling good. So he ready to get back into the swing of things and get back to making that money. I told y'all that's what he said. And then Kendra comes to talk to Yandy, and Ashley tells Yandy that she heard things. But Yandy said that that was Mendici's voice, and that's all. And then she says that she knows that she is the top of the blogs and she is the topic of conversation among the friend group. So she says she ready and she stay prepared. And Ashley does say, too, that how can you say that it's Mendici's voice, but the Tasha K allegations are not true? And that's what I was thinking, too. And Yandy said that she and her husband said that they are going to work things out again, and they are not in a poly relationship, because that's what Ashley asked. And I'm like, but maybe she said, but maybe it's other people, but that's not them. And then Scrappy say he never heard Mendices even say nothing or talk. And he said Mendices, he's spitting some true facts. And then Mendices says that his peen needs to quit getting mentioned. And I said, oh my Lord. Jesus. And then point blank, it seems that they having issues, like for real. Mendices and Yandy, it seems like they having issues. Plus, Yandy is definitely not used to being in the hot seat, because, she always able to, just, skate on by, and her tea is never mentioned. But I kind of feel bad for her, because I don't think she's going to be able to skate up out of this one, because this ain't no New York. Girl, this is Atlanta, Georgia. You gonna mention it. And everybody gonna mention the whole city of Atlanta. Know your business, girl. Okay. And Rashida and Kirk still talking about Yandy and Mendici's situation. Rashida says that they need to cleanse their house, by the way. Rashida and Kirk, they at their house. And then she said Yandy and Mendici's situation, she just says that they need to just get their minds off of that, and they need to just have a cleansing of the body. And Rashida says that Mendici says that he can never he can, and did what Mendices was saying, that he can have her, and she said he can never have her. And Kirk says that everyone wants this and they not gonna never get this. I'm like, man, hush. And then the last scene, post Sierra. So she's crying and she's speaking to her husband, and she miscarried. And she was saying that she can never, seems like, get past 2 months. And it's always gonna be an issue. And, you know, she said she's just tired. And she said every time that she miscarried, she had to take those big horse pills. And she not lying. And she can not take, she said she can't take no more suffering. And she suffered a few miscarriages with Zay. But it says that they still got time. But she tells him, because he said, well, she was telling Zay that they still got time. And he said, well, we can go ahead and get started now. She said, we have to wait 6 weeks, which is true, Zay. You're going to have to wait 6 weeks, and then y'all can try again. And I pray that when y'all try again, that y'all do have a successful, happy pregnancy all the way through. I hate to hear stuff like that. But that was the end of the episode, y'all. Y'all stuck with me for 21 minutes, and I was just connecting with y'all because this was Love and Hip Hop season 13 episode 6, Remember the Acrimony. And I just felt so bad for Sierra. I really did feel bad for her. Felt extremely awful for her. But I mean if it's meant to be, then I can always say that it'll be. If it's meant to be, it'll always be. And again, I want y'all to check out my video. I gave y'all 21 plus minutes. And I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm finna get this uploaded for y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed night. And take care of each other. And have a blessed night. And I'm finna get this uploaded for y'all. Bye. Have a good night.